We're just doing it fucking live, man. We are doing it live. There is no reason to not just broadcast. What's up, Los Angeles? None of you guys are in LA. I know that. It's okay. Um, but yeah, hey. What's going on, my people? Um, so what are we gonna talk about today? What's going on today? So this is Zonzo Mindhouse. What's going on? And this is my second stream. So I'm just trying this new format. I think what I'll do is I'll take this basically and turn it into TikTok clips. Anybody who tunes in to the full thing on YouTube and Twitch is a real one. And I think that that's crucial that you all know that I love you guys and that it's very cool that last stream there was what I think 10 people. But yeah, I don't have any followers. I intentionally started this account under a fake name, and not that I have a other persona with tons of followers, but it's a cool experiment. I love the internet. I love the internet. I love seeing things. I love seeing what's going on in the world. And I'm gonna turn off my fan. Thank you. I'm gonna turn off my fan. So, anyways, but do it. Let's just see what's going on. So, what I was thinking was a cool format was to, and you tell me what you think, but I thought it would be awesome to go through what's trending on Google because I think I've never seen other show hosts like it's usually pretty curated, and that's cool. I don't get me wrong. Like I like when podcasts, focus on conspiracies or focus on celebrity gossip, and we'll do that. Oh boy, will we have to do that because man loves a good some smears me. But what I also love is to see the stories that are going on that are ranked in the top Google searches. And, you know, there's a lot of stuff that people who consume YouTube don't think see as much of, right? Yeah. So I've just got Google Trends open right now, and this is really cool if you don't know about this. So basically, Google has this, and anybody can use it. I also have ChatGPT open, of course. Um, that deserves applause. If you're not using ChatGPT, so I love saying thank you. My own applause. So yeah. So anyway, so let's like dive in. Basically, there is a few trending topics of the day, and if you don't know Google Trends, I'll just show you kind of quickly. You can see all the biggest search queries for the past 12 months when you click explore, and it's a cool interface. You can even go deeper and go to zip codes and change the time ranges. So if I type in Andrew Tate, so I put Andrew Tate in, okay, that's the past 12 months, but then when did he get popular, right? He didn't get popular until recently. So you see May 2022, and then boom, August 2022, and then boom, I think this is Greta Thunberg, probably. Yeah, it is actually. So it's cool. But what I want to focus on is the trending topics of the day. So we'll start with what's going on today, and it only picks up two things. So if you look yesterday, the biggest thing was Hurricane Lee. I think I didn't really this, but I'm curious. Maybe we can see what it was from yesterday. But I know this is everywhere. So this is groundbreaking stuff to cover this, but Hurricane Lee. So this is. I'm just trying to show you why Google Trends is cool. But Hurricane Lee projected path maps and hurricane tracker. So it's over the Atlantic Ocean. It's going to rapidly intensify. I think wow, that's a wild graph. So the this is the latest forecast path for Hurricane Lee. Wow, it's on its way. Like it looks like one of those eardropper things. But so you can see it's going past Puerto Rico, the Bahamas. So it says Lee is expected to move north of the Caribbean islands over the weekend. That's pretty crazy. Hurricane Lee, man. Anyway, so I was thinking we'd go over first the real-time search trends for the past 24 hours and then see what's going on. But the best thing to do is to go through the different categories. So I'll start with top stories past 24 hours. Cool. So here's the top 10 list for the last 24 hours from Google Trends that are seeing spikes in Google data, and Google basically shows us what's going on in the world, and what are the biggest things in the entire world. So cool. So I'll just run through the list and then we'll go into each one. But number one, artificial intelligence. Nearly 7 in 10 Canadian employees say they've used ChatGPT at work. I have used ChatGPT at work. Like, I don't hold any qualms about it. In fact, I told my colleagues that I was using it, and I didn't think that was crazy. I thought that was honestly showing my colleagues that I was working smarter, not harder. And I think that makes total sense. Why not use ChatGPT for work? Like, what's the issue with that? Like, if I'm already using project management software or Google Calendar, like, how is this different? It's if anything, it shows that I care about my job. I think. Anyways, so number two is the first Canadian case of highly mutated COVID-19 virus variant detected in British Columbia. Yeesh. Then Rochester, New York weather, severe thunderstorms. And then you have the Ghana versus Central African Republic soccer game. Soccer is the most popular sport in the world. So pretty interesting stuff. I don't really ever think about it. And then Stagecoach Festival lineup. Then there's an NFL story about Travis Kelce, Kansas City Chiefs tight end, who has an injury. And then you have, what is this? Agama and Verimatrix to highlight extended partnership at IBC 2023. Okay, I'm curious what that means. This one, oh my God, I saw this. Actor Gary Busey allegedly involved in hit and run car accident in Malibu. I actually just want to play this. I saw the video already. But then the stories are all, this is what's going on. This is what people all over the world are really focused on. I guess Fall Out Boy and Jimmy Eat World too. Pumpkin spice lattes, baby. Anyways, so yeah, let's talk about it. So I want to start with the Gary Busey thing. I think this is nuts. Actor Gary Busey involved in alleged hit and run. All right, so let's play the video. I want to see the video.
Gary Busey is accused of being involved in an alleged hit and run. A woman claims that Busey rear-ended her car in Malibu last week. And rather than pulling over, well, she says that Busey fled the scene. The woman actually filmed herself, as you saw there, driving after Busey and followed his car to a parking lot outside of a restaurant. Instead of giving his insurance information, the actor told her, quote, "I'm private." I spoke with TMZ's Michael Babcock, who says that Busey could be in some trouble here.
If there is an accident and it results in either injury or property damage, that is a.
So he just did a hit and run and left, and then this woman follows him. So Gary Busey, who's like, what is Gary Busey like? How do you describe Gary Busey? What is Gary Busey? Gary Busey is basically like, I can't stand this. Anyways, but what is Gary Busey? Okay, so he's always been like kind of a lunatic. That's his shit. Gary Busey is a lunatic character actor. He's like been in a lot of D-list movies for sure. A lot of those like video on demand films, but he had some like stuff in the 90s. You can see Lethal Weapon, Point Break, Buddy Holly's Story. Okay, these are all big movies from then. But so he gets in this hit and run, and it's so crazy because whoever the woman is and this is in peace, this is on PCH, which if you're not familiar with Los Angeles, it's like the like highway along the coast. So it's like a pretty busy highway, maybe not during the daytime, but anyway, so apparently he hits her and then she chases after him and she's shouting like, "Hey dude, you fucking lunatic." I don't think she knows who it is at this point too. And then somehow chases him to a parking lot to get him to come out of his car, and then he says, "I'm not giving you my insurance information." You know, what a weirdo creep, man. I mean, this guy is clearly a weirdo creep, but like in real life, that's the crazy thing to me. Like, this guy is Gary Busey, man. There's nothing more else to say. Gary Busey is Gary Busey, right? Let's see. Is there a Gary Busey compilation? He was on Celebrity Apprentice. Okay.
Everyone that I see carries a rainbow around their shoulder.
He's kind of awesome. Like, I get.
Yeah, okay. Hacha.
Let's go.
Let's rock.
Okay, so lunatic. I think he's a big guy. Psychedelics. Might be wrong. Gary Busey. Psychedelics. Cocaine overdose. Anyways, I kind of think these guys are interesting. Like these kind of Hunter S. Thompson-ish people, but he's a character. I get why he holds a place in pop culture, but it's not cool, man, to hit some woman and then not give your insurance. You can afford it, you dick. Like, why? Why would you not You know what I'm saying? Anyways, whatever. So going back to the Google Trends, I kind of want to just pick out like some of the most interesting ones. But Mexico decriminalizes abortion. I heard about this. My friend lives in Mexico, so we were talking about it. Basically, so Mexico has decriminalized abortion. Now, the big thing to note is that Mexico doesn't have amazing infrastructure. So while they, have decriminalized abortion, doesn't necessarily mean that there's access to the procedure. However, it's still impressive to see that there's one thing that Mexico is beating us at in doing, passing legislation. And then you have Tuckerville, no, you have Tuberville in Congress right now, who's withholding military funding over the military funding, he's withholding military promotions for 300, senior to mid-level ranking personnel over the fact that we are providing abortion procedure, flight travel for active duty military officials who are in need of an abortion. And I think that goes to the larger theme of conservatives using, edgelord politics to do cognitive dissonance over these two issues, withholding military promotions for people who have nothing to do with whether the military gives funding for flight travel when a active duty military officer needs an abortion is insane. And let's say they're overseas. This is why it's such a tricky topic. Anyways, so Mexico legalized abortion, though. Mexico's Supreme Court threw out all federal criminal penalties for abortion Wednesday, ruling that national laws prohibiting the procedure are unconstitutional and violate women's rights, in a sweeping decision that extended Latin America's trend of widening abortion access, from the Associated Press. That's amazing. Like, I think that it's certainly interesting, and it's super important to remember that the healthcare infrastructure, despite the problems that the United States has, Mexico is a much poorer country than the United States. And so they don't have actual abortion facilities in the same way that the US does. And there's no Planned Parenthood. Like, Planned Parenthood gives free procedures to individuals who need it. I don't know if that's something in Mexico. Okay, so let's see. The High Court ordered that abortion be removed from the federal penal code. The ruling will require the federal public health service and all federal health institutions to offer abortion to anyone who requests it. Oh, that's cool. So the ruling will require the federal public health service and all health institutions to offer abortion to anyone who requests it. Okay, well, excuse me, monsieur. No, so explain to me, like I'm 5. This is ChatGPT. Explain to me, like I'm 5, how, if I live in a, explain to me, like I 5, personify a Mexican citizen who is pregnant. Explain to me how, if I live in a rural part of Mexico, about an hour outside of a city, how difficult or realistic it is that I will be able to get free access to an abortion if I wanted one. And then just answer with the story of the real life accessibility to abortion in Mexico compared to if you lived in a city in the United States with Planned Parenthood locally in a state where abortion laws and procedures are still legal, are still state funded. All right, imagine you're Maria, a pregnant woman living in a rural area. This is ChatGPT's answer about abortion in Mexico. About an hour away. You have Emily, who is also pregnant. This is so cool that ChatGPT can do this. Lives in a city in the United States where there's a Planned Parenthood and state-funded abortion options. So Maria has to travel an hour to the nearest city. Okay, transportation would potentially be an issue. Well, abortion laws in Mexico vary by state, but not as of today. ChatGPT probably doesn't know that. Even if Maria's state allows abortion, medical facilities may not be equipped to provide the service. Anyways, I think that's certainly so. But that's really cool that Mexico decriminalized abortion and US is restricting it. Right? So Fall Out Boy and Jimmy Eat World is number 13 on the real time Google Trends list. Above Starbucks pumpkin pie spice. I'm going to start there, but Starbucks has, how is this not an ad? Starbucks has BOGO pumpkin spice lattes all September. You know, I'm fucking just going to go to YouTube. I just want to watch videos. Space balloons on Joe Rogan. Pumpkin spice Starbucks. I do want to stick to the topic of Google Trends first. Anyways, we know pumpkin spice lattes exist. That's great. So they just announced that they're going to have buy one, get one free pumpkin spice lattes. And apparently that's just shows you how big Starbucks is. That just the fact that they announced a sale like that, it became the number 14 search trend on all of Google. And then you have Destiny 2. I think I heard about this. Oh no, the pyramid shape was a copycat. Oh no. What, Aiden Ross? Oh no. I literally don't want to get into that drama right now. But the number one thing was that 7 in 10 Canadian employees say they've used ChatGPT at work. And I am one of them. I have used ChatGPT at work, and I told my team that it was so helpful. And I thought, like, why is not everyone on board with this? Like, it just seems like a no-brainer to use ChatGPT to summarize, projects. And so 4% of Canadian businesses say they are using artificial intelligence, but that just means like in their actual like ads or systems. But a majority of the employees say they've used ChatGPT at work. I mean, that's kind of it. Like, it seems like ChatGPT is just the norm now in the workspace. I mean, it should be, right? Like, it's the future. I mean, it's the world. Like, anyways, but ChatGPT is a really amazing tool, and it is so helpful for so many things. And I don't see why this should be taboo to say that you're using ChatGPT at any point. So, okay, so these are the top stories. What about entertainment? Stagecoach, baby. That's the country version of Coachella. Morgan Wallen, Eric Church, Miranda Lambert, Gary Busey thing. We already talked about that. Oh man, soap operas are still a thing. That's so wild. But this is number 2. Just shows you how much in a bubble so many of us are that I don't know that anything about soap operas and that somebody's still watching actual TV. Cher's coming out with a Christmas album. Good for her. We stan you. Oh, it's her first ever Christmas album. That's a big deal. I guess this is the cover art. Looking good, Cher. Yes, Queen. So that's Cher's new album, Christmas Art, and it's her first ever Christmas album. That's a big deal. And then, dude, Danny Masterson. This guy might serve life in prison for raping people. And he like got away with it for decades, apparently. He has to have done some really nasty shit to have the potential for life in prison. At least that's what I read. I don't know if it was clickbait, but as a judge in Los Angeles is due to decide the prison sentence for U.S. actor Danny Masterson, who was convicted in May of raping 2 women in the early 2000s. Okay, I have a trigger warning topic, but I think it's still worth looking at, understand. But a TV sitcom series faces up to 30 years or life in prison. Prosecutors argued Masterson, 47, had relied on his status as a prominent Scientologist to avoid accountability. Now, what's up with that in Scientology? I mean, I don't know if there's really documented evidence. I know that there's allegations that Tom Cruise is a closeted sexual. And John Travolta, these stories are kind of out there and about, but I think that the insinuation is that somehow Scientology has been covering up for this shit somehow. I think that's, I'm not the first to say that. I think that that's been insinuated. But anyway, so they're we know that Scientology like stalks people, but they're doing that those times to usually like, you know, keep the church protected from the media and those things, which is they're still using controversial tactics. We all know that part of it, but I don't know and understand this whole side of it that they says had relied on his status as a prominent Scientologist to avoid accountability. But what about his status as a prominent celebrity? Is that how he realistically avoided accountability? Because that's more common. That happened a lot. Not shocking. But if that were the case, I wonder why they chose to say a prominent Scientologist to avoid accountability. Maybe there's an explanation. But yeah, so the rapes occurred in the early 2000s, and the verdict was only reached in 2022 after a retrial. And he's still married. Wow. Bijou Phillips. She's an actress, I believe. Yeah. I recognize her. Entering the court with family members as the hearing got away. He was convicted. 3 women testified that he sexually assaulted them from 2001 to 2003. That 70s show, man. These guys. No, I'm just kidding. But Wilmer Valderrama had some scandal where he was. I just think he was dating an 18-year-old, which isn't illegal. It was something like that. I might be crazy saying that. Don't come at me. But he was found guilty of rape against 2 of his 3 accusers. The charges brought by the 3rd accuser were declared a mistrial, and prosecutors were like, okay. Into prison custody. First accused of rape. So he's out of prison custody. He must be. He hasn't been sentenced yet. Okay. He was on bail. Okay. Charges came after a 3-year investigation. Evidence, statute of limitations. Prosecutors have argued that the Church of Scientology helped cover up the assaults, this allegation that they deny. Okay. I took a tour of Scientology. I think that's an experience that everybody should have just to understand it. I took a tour of Scientology a few weeks ago, actually. It was really cool. The chick who gave the tour was creepy. I don't want to. It's one thing to go at the organization. It's another thing to be mean about the individual people. But I mean, Danny Masterson deserves it. But so, okay, it says that they covered up the assaults. Oh, I remember reading about this. This has been, by the way, this case has been around since like the Me Too movement. So I think it started in it really got big and popular in like 2017 when the allegations resurfaced or whatever. But several of the women said it took them years to come forward because Church of Scientology officials discouraged them from reporting the rape to police. Okay, well, that's a common theme within cult world. So crazy how cults just keep you trapped in these isolated bubbles and that they distrust law enforcement. I think that's an ingredient. It's by design, and it's an ingredient that maintains authority over its members. But with one survivor, she would be kicked out of the church if she said shit. Signed an NDA. Okay. So they try to pay her off. That's crazy that this church is negotiating the deals on his behalf. Why are they doing that? Why does that fall under Scientology's jurisdiction in these situations? Like, I just don't truly get it, how the Church of Scientology is, why would they care about protecting Danny Masterson, other than the fact that apparently his victims were also Scientologists? But wouldn't that just be like, if it was any other situation, I'm a Christian, but just because I'm a Christian doesn't mean my local church negotiates my sexual assault settlement. So bizarre. But Scientology was the main topic in the crime. But okay, well, that's a photo. His eyes, they say everything. I bet ChatGPT can give me a summary of this, right? Imagine. Can you give me a summary up to your latest knowledge about the Danny Masterson rape accusations and why Scientology was so involved with negotiating settlements with his accusers? Because it seems strange that a church would intervene to mediate a sex crime settlement when the accused is just a member, not a priest or whatever, not a official of the church. Just answer with a detailed explanation and any other instances that may help this make sense. to my last cutoff date. These serious legal charges. Okay. But not guilty. Well, if he's been guilty, he might receive life in prison. Involvement. So why Scientology was involved? The church has internal ethical and judicial system. Oh, wow. So they have their own, they believe. That's so sad. That's why it's a cult, because they don't believe in, you know, the rule of law. They don't believe in the human rule of law. They believe in the Scientology rule of law. The church, okay, this is probably more valid, but they're trying to protect their image. You know, it was amongst Scientology members, and Scientology faces a lot of PR issues. I guess that kind of makes a little more sense, a bit. None of it makes sense, but okay. And then it says member loyalty. I don't really get that part, but wouldn't you want to get rid of potential sex criminal from your ranks? Like, I wouldn't want to be associated with them. I'd say, well, we're Scientology and we don't condone this behavior, and we have kicked him out of our club. He's not a Scientologist anymore. So Academy Award director and Scientologist Paul Haggis was accused of sexual misconduct. I remember that. And the Church of Scientology was accused. Oh, right. Because he had, okay. He had already left the church, and he was one of the guys going out against the church, and then was accused of sexual misconduct. And then the church, Scientology, started a smear campaign against them. Wow. They don't have any morals, man. Scientologists, they're fucked up. They're fucked up, man. Bad. I don't even remember what the name of his character was on That 70s Show, but I know it was like Zonzo or like Kenzo or some shit. Anyways, but that's a wild story, though. So what else is going on? Giselle Bundchen announced a cookbook. Fuck yeah. Giselle's fucking cookbook. What does she eat? She the new goop? Giselle. I like this. You. Ooh. Ooh. What is this? An ooh. Bundchen announces her first cookbook inspired by family's favorite recipes and healthy lifestyles. Thank you, People Magazine, for always delivering the most groundbreaking celebrity content. But so I don't want this video ad overlay. So great. Well, I guess Giselle has a cookbook coming out. Cool, you lost me. You know what? Ooh, I do like a new Target designer collection, though. Target has a new designer collection? I know I just fucked up. Oh, so bad, actually. Fixed it. So it says, with a new Target collaboration, Rowing Blazers capitalizes on the renaissance of prep. Oh, sick. So they're coming out with like prep wear with like cool. I've heard of this brand. So they have photos. Yeah, that is a dope sweater, but that is a sick sweater. I have no problem with wearing women's clothing either. Like sweater. Not a dress. There's nothing wrong with that too. Anyways, 100 pieces. They're gonna drop 100 pieces in the collection. And that is amazing. Fired by Gossip Girl, Session, and The Crown. Blah, blah, blah. The lookbook. Oh, Target's new collection is going to be sick, man. I'm going to buy all this shit. Most items will remain under $30. Ugh. Talk to me. Woo. Look at those kids' pants, dude. I wish those were adults. That's a great blazer. Yeah, other than that, it's kind of whatever. I mean, these are cool. The cool ottomans, if those are going to be for sale, I want that. You know what it reminds me of is like Deucin. You're familiar with them? Deucin is this really kind of expensive, but all of this is similar. I mean, that's not to say that they're stealing anything, but Deucin is known for those types of patterns and colors, but I guess so is Rowing Blazers. What do I know? Cool stuff, guys. Thanks, Target. This is the new Target collection that is coming out, which has been announced, and it was number 18, I think, on the top trending, number 33 on the top trending Google searches, but regardless, be higher. What else is up? Any new daily search? Oh, we got 2 more. Mostly about stuff I have no interest in. The NFL, MLB, real-time search trends. Maybe we could go into the academics. He's cool. He's got like a good page. So maybe we'll just go through some of these posts, see what's up in the world. Oh, wow. Yeah, this guy broke out of prison. I heard about this. Oh. No. Oh, why? Okay. Whoa. Why make this? I don't. What just happened? He crab walked up a wall to escape? This is how he got out of prison? What? You can see his feet. If that's all it takes to get out of prison, man, that's insane. That is too easy. That's awesome. Enjoy your freedom. What's going on here?
What's all this chat? Come on.
Fuck, I'm tired. Yo, can y'all? Fucking hell.
It's iShowSpeed and KSI racing each other, and iShowSpeed beats him.
Sir! Boy? What I say? What did I tell him? What did I tell him?
That's sick. I mean, fast. I don't know. But for him.
I almost got killed when I was in LA because my goofy ass didn't realize that I
million worth of game podcast. Wallow goes viral after he reveals that Mexican in Los Angeles almost killed him. Says it's an old clip, but it's
was in some Mexicans area I wasn't supposed to be. So I go, listen, I see damn nice trees. It's nice on this block. I go to set my camera. I'm ready to run down the mother street. Mexican boy come out of the mother house. Another one was in the wheelchair coming. But the one boy that came out, he pulled a piece on me. He said, what the f*** is you doing around here? On everything I love. I don't really share this story because I don't want nobody to realize that I was a Chaz nigga. When I seen the piece, I immediately retreated. Listen, I surrendered. I got on my knees. I got right on my knees, cuz.
On the block?
Yeah, on the fucking block. He had everything I love. Listen, what happened?
Niggas pulling their piece out and he dropped it to his knees.
I surrendered. I got on my knees. I'm like, hold up. Listen. He like, what the fuck is you doing around here, right? And I got my stand, because I guess they think I'm trying to record somebody or some shit. I'm not. So I get on the joint. I'm like, oh. And it was, and the boy that came out in the wheelchair, he basically saved my motherfucking life. I don't know if dude was going to kill me, pistol with me. Shit. I think I pissed on my, it was a little step, my drawers got wet. I was just saying, my drawers got wet on everything I love. I'm not bullshit. My drawers got wet. Okay, so now, the boy come out in the wheelchair. This dude was like, no, that's the dude that be making the videos. He from the East Coast. He cool, man.
I really don't care. Love it. Island Boys come back. See what they did.
My man, he love me. He always told that Glock when he's selling weed.
No, dude.
My man, he love me. He always told that Glock. And he...
No, dude. No. Island Boys need to chill out, man. Dude, Logan Paul. No, dude.
What was it like working with them?
I said, play me some stuff. He said, well, I produce. I said, get the f*** out of here. Then he played the Smack That beat.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, shit. I said, yo, I think this is it, E. Comes back the next day. He has a verse on that motherfucker. I said, we should put it on your album. He said, nah, I thought it was for your album. In my mind, I'm celebrating. Yeah, for sure, dude. We did 3 records that day. The other 2, till this day, I still got them.
Whoa. They just weren't good enough to put out. Dude, what happened to Akon, bro? He literally disappeared and then started a crypto city that never exists in his... dude, that's why he's with Logan Paul. They're both crypto-ass idiot scammer type dudes who will, in 10 years, be irrelevant.
Oh. No, unreleased Eminem.
No, M ain't on it yet.
So stupid. Oh, I love this. I didn't watch the video, but it's apparently, if you know Blueface.
I knew so.
If you know who Blueface is, he was the guy who had that song. Tatiana, bust it down, Tatiana. I want to see you bust it. Anyways, that was his one song, and then he became a reality star. He's kind of like the host of Bad Girls Club. So he has this girlfriend, Krishan Rock, who's like a crackhead. It's sad, actually, but they get into fights all the time. Anyways, she just had his baby. His mom is saying that they're cousins. I don't know. I don't know what that means. If that means like genetic or whatever.
What's going on? Come to find out, Krishan mama is a Dorsey. She a Dorsey. Oh, they related to me. Them my people. Girl, if them Dorseys, you come on now, you know all the Dorseys is related, and they all act like that. They all strong and act like that.
All right, so there's 2 things there. One, she's saying that everybody in their gene pool acts the same way. Already tells me that there's nothing true about the story. But then also she's saying that Krishan and Blueface are related. Sick. Let's do the 23andMe, baby. I'd love to see that clip. All I gotta say, I think. What else is going on? Drake gave a fan... No way.
Money on your 2 shows. OVO for life. Right? My manager is my DJ, right? Is he over there? He's right here. You know what, my man? Your furniture money, I'm gonna give you 50 bands for that because I love you. Make sure he gets his money tonight. That's real.
Their photo, I want proof. Did he actually give him the money? Did Drake give? If he didn't post a photo with the 50K, then it didn't happen. Right? 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 If they don't have the fan's name and a photo with the fan with all the money over them in a bathtub, it's fake. I'm not seeing it. Drake, you're full of shit. Drake, you're full of shit, man. Prove it. This is funny. I saw this photo though. Somehow he got all the bras that have been thrown at him on the tour, and he got, I guess, backstage all the bras. Anyways, I've been going for 50 minutes. I'm fucking tired. I need a break, but I'll be back later.